It was not a pretty win, but a win is a win. The Titans get their first win of the 2025 season, no longer beaten, and it's a celebratory victory W, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Titans Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and the Titans, they basically received an absolute gift from the Arizona Cardinals, 22-21. Joey Sly kicking the game-winning field goal that was basically a chip shot, and the Titans complete probably one of the biggest comebacks that we might see a part of this 2025 NFL season. I mean, at no point did I truly think, oh, the Titans are going to come back. They were down 21-6, but you can see Cam Ward played his best game. I know it's an interception, and we'll get into that interception in a second, but I don't know if I want to call it luck, skill, or anything in between. But a win is a win. We may not get many of these. I mean, there was only a couple last year, 3 of them last year, and you got one now, and you can build off of this win. So let's celebrate. Spam your W's down in the chat right now. Whew. It was a very, very, very good one. Very, very good one. But, I mean, if we're talking about the first half of this game, it was ugly as can be. Extremely ugly. But the second half, for once, the Titans looked like that they were making second half adjustments. And the Titans, they look like the Titans in the first half. It was an ugly. Kyler Murray was going all the way down the field. Marvin Harrison Jr. was catching, looked like was going to be a touchdown. Went up and mossed the living hell out of someone. But overall, it was not good. It was not good. Second half comes around, and it felt like the Titans completely took over. Now, you could say the Cardinals beat themselves right here, and the main thing that I want to go with is turnovers. The Cardinals had 3 fumbles in the game, and they still had 360 yards of offense, 168 rushing yards. And we can talk about just some of the things that went happen. It was the wackiest football game that I have watched. But in the second half, I mean, Cam Ward threw for 195 yards in the fourth quarter. They completely took over the game. 249 yards passing, 327 yards of offense. You had 1 interception, and you had a fumble from Tony Pollard. But overall, when you're down 21-6, the comeback seems improbable. But every single thing needed to go right for the Tennessee Titans. It had to go right for the Titans. And everything pretty much did go right for the Titans because they were counted out. According to Next Gen Stats, when they were down in the fourth quarter, it was a 1.8% chance that they made the comeback against the Cardinals. The second most improbable comeback of the season. And when it comes to the Titans, yeah, they only had a win probability of 12%. Second lowest average in a win in the Next Gen Stats era. The Cardinals were minus 450 in this game. Minus 450. And nobody thought they were going to win. I didn't think they were going to win. I mean, I predicted that the Cardinals were going to win easy because Kyler Murray looks like he's kind of getting back into form, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. is kind of getting back into form after what we saw in that one primetime game. But you had 3 specific plays, actually. This is only 2 of them, where it really seemed like, all right, this is the time where the Titans could take advantage. You had the DeMercado 71-yard run where he just drops the ball, and then the second play, besides the Kyler Murray fumble, where the ball just doinks him in the head and they pick it up. You had an interception, and then miraculously, he just loses the football and Tyler Lockett jumps on it. And it's a touchdown. And just like that, you're back into this game. But I want to go back to the DeMercado just dropping the ball. I know it helps the Titans out, and I know it basically got the comeback started because they were going to go down 28-6, and you're thinking, this game is over. How the hell does this keep happening? I'm glad it happened to the Titans, but imagine if that's Tony Pollard running into the end zone. How the hell do coaches just not say, hold on to the football? Hold on. Because last week, A.D. Mitchell for the Colts dropped it, and that cost them the game. It needs to stop happening because soon enough, it's going to happen to this team. Because we know all about the Titans. Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears, thank you for coming back. This could happen. You have to set an example. I mean, it's not Cardinals channel, but it just drives me insane that these plays keep happening where players drop the ball. It should have ended 15 years ago when Deshaun Jackson did it. That should have been the last time that it happened. I just don't want it to happen to the Tennessee Titans. Don't want it to happen. And it's a chance it could, because apparently it just doesn't stop. It never, ever stops. But it doesn't matter. A win is a win. And those 3 fumbles were crazy. That is the craziest play that I've seen. You pick the ball off, drop it, and then they just scrum for it. Tyler Lockett ends up in the end zone. That was awesome. And I mean, awesome to see. A big win. Doesn't matter how you win. Just find a way to win. And the Titans did just that. Coming up, my overreactions from Sunday's game, because I got a couple, and they really look good. I see the light for the Titans in the future. I do. Maybe not with Brian Callahan, but I definitely see the light in the future. Before we do that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit that follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. And how do you play? Well, it doesn't matter what sport. Football, we're in postseason baseball. Basketball is 2 weeks away. All of those sports, and all you got to do is choose 2 to 6 player stat projections. You can make your lineup in less than 30 seconds and watch your money pile up. You can download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. There are a lot of overreactions from this game. And I'm going to go to 4 in particular that I saw where I'm like, this is a positive note. And I got 1 negative note, just one. But the first one, I think Cam Ward is a star in the making. I mean, 195 yards going into the fourth quarter, and he just looked cool, calm, and collective. And I know that was literally probably the best game that he's played of his career. I know the quarterback rating says 64.6. I don't care. 21 for 39, 265 yards, threw an interception. It was tipped up in the air, and it ended up in a touchdown. So does that really, really matter? And yeah, this comes from Titans PR. Cam Ward's 193 fourth quarter passing yards at Arizona were the 4th most by a rookie since 1978. Ward's total was the 2nd most in a road game that was also in a victory. And also, another stat, like it was Cam Ward and Vince Young. Those were the 2 quarterbacks that could come back as a rookie down more than 15 points. It was a legacy drive for Cam Ward. I know we want to talk about the fumbles that happened, but he was putting some throws on a rope. That one to Calvin Ridley over the middle in the seam, it was a laser beam, catches the pass. The one to Calvin Ridley at the end of the game on the last drive, that was a beautiful ball. And the one to Gunnar Helm that gets them out down at the 1 that started a touchdown. So I think it was Tony Pollard. Those throws are what makes Cam Ward, and you could see that he is just going to get better and better and better. Team around him still needs some work to do. But you could see the potential with Cam Ward and how good that he's going to be in this league. And the Titans, they have their franchise quarterback in Ward. I was really impressed what I saw from Cam Ward yesterday. Second overreaction, Jeffery Simmons is an all-pro. He's going to make an all-pro team. And it's a shame that this team only has 1 win, but as a defensive tackle, what Jeffery Simmons is doing, he is single-handedly keeping the Titans in games on defense. He is getting to the quarterback. He is all over the field, and he's looking like one of the best players in the NFL. I mean, 8 tackles, 6 solo tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a sack and a half on yesterday. And these are his stats from the entire season. It is crazy. No defensive tackle has more sacks than Jeffery Simmons. No defensive tackle has more tackles for loss. No defensive tackles has more solo tackles. And no DT has more pressures than Jeffery Simmons. 10, 16, 6, and 3.5. It's an all-pro season. He is showing off how good he is, and like I said, single-handedly keeping the Titans in football games. Question is, with how the Titans are playing right now, I mean, you have only one win. You're 1-4. Do you kind of consider trading Jeffery Simmons? Me personally, I would, because you can get a lot of capital as much as possible. I said you could possibly last week trade him to the Ravens. Well, the Ravens are a joke, and their season looks like it's going to be over, so maybe not, but there are definitely some teams that could be looking to upgrade at the defensive tackle position. You said the Falcons? The Falcons? They could use him, send him to an NFC team. That would be good. You get a first-round pick for him, and he goes to a contending team. It helps him out, helps the Titans out in getting a better player for the future as you're starting to rebuild this team. Third one, and he could also be on the trade block, especially after the game he had yesterday. Calvin Ridley still got it. He still got it. He was quiet as can be. Quiet as can be during the first few weeks of the season. And I was like, this guy is washed. I also put money on him to get 1,000 yards this year. And finally, he woke up. 5 catches, 131 yards, and he was the deep threat that the Titans have been waiting for to break out of his shell. And I absolutely loved what I saw from Calvin Ridley. And yeah, I brought this picture up. I don't know if you've seen the meme on Twitter where he's just sitting there jumping up and down, jump roping. Unk still got it. Calvin Ridley may be in his 30s, but the Unk still got it. 5 catches for 131 yards. It just seemed like it was finally the connection between Ward and Ridley finally just clicked. They were getting all over the field together. That play at the end of the game that basically sealed it, where Cam Ward just sails it 35 yards right on a dime, right in the breadbasket to Ridley, who catches the ball. Over the middle of the field, he catches the ball. The chemistry is only going to get better with these two. It's only going to get better. And I said trade him. I don't know about it anymore. I kind of want to see that you kind of have to have wide receivers. Your second wide receiver cannot be Tyler Lockett. Cannot be Tyler Lockett. I'm sorry. I love you, Alec A. Manor. It's going to take time for you to develop into a better player. Hopefully it can build off something. You play the easiest team next week. Team that looks like a dumpster fire, and we'll get to that in a second. But oh my God. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure they just fired Jermaine Pratt. So that's who the Titans have next week, the Raiders, and they just cut Jermaine Pratt. Yeah, crazy things are happening in Las Vegas. But my last overreaction, Brian Callahan bought himself some time. And what I mean by that is, well, everybody, including myself, including Titans beat reporters, including Titans fans, they all want him fired. They all want him gone. And that's Brian Callahan. Me personally, I think he's bought himself a little bit of time getting that first win, but I still believe that Brian Callahan is on the hot seat. I still think that by the end of the season, they are going to move in another direction. I still think that there's a chance he gets fired, and with your upcoming games, if you lose these upcoming games, you're in trouble. I will say one miracle win does not save your job. You miraculously won that game. It was, I like the SpongeBob meme. Let them have it. Well, the Cardinals went, you can have it. And I saw another meme on Twitter where it was the Drake music video for God's Plan, where he's giving out money, and it was just basically Cardinals giving the Titans the win. It's a great win. Like I said, a win is a win. A win is a win. But one miracle win does not save your job. It does help Cam Ward's confidence, though. And next week, you play a team that is just as much of a dumpster fire, if not a worse dumpster fire, than the Tennessee Titans currently are. The Raiders. They look awful. They look horrid. Geno Smith has, 9 interceptions now? It's unbelievable. I don't know how they won week 1, and they haven't looked great since. And Pete Carroll looks washed. Chip Kelly looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. You have a perfect opportunity to win this game. And if you win that game on Sunday, the vibes are back up. I still think you should get a new coach. But the future's looking bright in Tennessee. So before we get on out of here, I'll ask you guys, do you think Brian Callahan should be fired? You let me know. Give me an F down in the comments for fired, or type K for keep. And while you're down there, also hit subscribe. We're giving you videos all the time covering the Titans, give you guys a preview later this week, and all news and rumors regarding the Tennessee Titans. So hit that sub button, and as always, tighten up.